Controversial Republican U.S. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia on Friday faces a challenge to her re-election by voters and a supporting legal group, who are seeking to knock her off the ballot for her role prior to the January 6th insurrection at the U.S. Capitol. Greene is answering questions in an Atlanta court as part of the candidacy challenge. That makes her the first Republican member of Congress to testify publicly under oath about the Capitol riot, even as a Democratic-led committee back in Washington, D.C., has spent months investigating the attack. Greene is in front of a judge because a handful of voters in her district, represented by a non-profit called Free Speech for People, say Greene should be disqualified because they allege she encouraged and supported the rioters who stormed the Capitol. "I don't support violence of any kind," Greene. "My words never ever mean anything for violence." Lawyers with Free Speech for People are leaning on a provision in the U.S. Constitution that forbids any member of Congress involved in an insurrection from serving in office. It's a section of the 14th Amendment, passed in the years after the Civil War to prevent former Confederates from returning to their seats in Congress. The legal theory is mostly untested in modern history. Greene has long deployed violent rhetoric against her political opponents and has routinely spread false claims about the 2020 election, including in the lead-up to January 6, 2021. Specifically, lawyers for Free Speech for People point to a tweet sent on January 5, calling the next day a 1776 moment, which is code for political violence in some far-right circles. This was not a case where the leaders were on horseback leading the charge, Ron Fine, legal director for Free SP. Rather, the leaders of this insurrection were among us, on Facebook, on Twitter, on corners of social media that would make your stomach turn. The evidence will show that Marjorie Taylor Greene was one of them. Greene says she has never encouraged political violence, and this challenge to her candidacy is a lie and a scam designed to take away her constituents' rights to vote for the candidate of their choice. The right to vote is at stake. Those voters have the right to vote for the candidate of their choosing. Greene's attorneys argue that not only is her rhetoric protected political speech, she was a victim of the January 6th attack, not a participant. A similar challenge to Republican Congressman Madison Cawthorn's candidacy was tossed out by a judge in North Carolina. An appeal has been filed. Greene asked a federal court to dismiss her challenge, but the judge let the case proceed.